Hey, what's up? My name is Jordan Morrison, and this is episode 53 of It Is What It Is. I bet you didn't know that on average, a Major League Baseball game, they go through about 108 baseballs on average during the course of one baseball game. From one cowhide, you get 144 baseballs. So it takes one cow to produce a baseball game. And I don't know why that fact is really interesting to me, and I just wanted to share it. Just wanted to put it out there. I know the PETA people are gonna hate that, but it's interesting, you know? I hope that they're using the cows that are already dying for steaks and ribeyes and all that kind of stuff. Don't want to get too far off topic, but it's very interesting to think. There's a lot of games in a year. There's a lot of minor league games in a year. There's a lot of practice in a year. So if someone wants to do the math on how many cows it takes to get through a whole season of baseball at every level, get back to me on that because I think it's pretty interesting. Again, sorry to the PETA people, to the vegans. I'm sorry. But a little fun fact to start off the episode. What else do I got for you? I'm the luckiest guy I know. I say it all the time. Everything always works out for me, works out for the best. And somehow I end up in great situations. I could point at any aspect of my life and I'd feel lucky. I could point at my family and my friends, feel lucky over there. I could point at my job and feel lucky there. I could point at my education. Definitely got lucky there, you know, because it was during COVID and there was a lot of, tests from home kind of thing. I'm not saying anything explicitly, but I feel like it was easier than most college experiences. I got lucky. My cat is pretty cool as far as cats go. I have met some shitty cats recently, and I think the cat distribution can't even say it. I thank the cat distribution system for hooking me up with a cool cat. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm really lucky. I'm really blessed. Things are going my way. My love life is just out of this world right now. Like I said, I'm the luckiest guy I know. I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I'm not gonna say what everyone thinks I'm gonna say. I'll just leave it on the table there. We'll talk about it another time. It's not the episode for that, We'll get into a little love episode. We'll take a little break from the music. But I do have some music updates. I am 9 demos deep on my goal to 50 demos. I've got a cool verse in the last couple demos. A cool verse has resulted, and that's kind of the name of the game, I think. I don't know. Still new at this. I don't really know what I'm doing. But what I do know is that 3 years ago, I had no idea how to use Logic. I had no idea how to make a beat. I had no idea how to record myself. I knew nothing about music theory. I didn't know how to play any instruments. I didn't know how to sing. And now I'm working on tackling all of that. And if that is of any interest to you, stay tuned because I'm about to hook you up with some free games, some free information at no cost. That's what we're doing in these episodes for the most part until I want to switch it up because it is what it is, baby. So the first thing that I want to share with you is I want to tell you how important it is for you to be writing and getting your thoughts down on paper. If you want to be a singer-songwriter, you want to be the artist, you want to be the guy, you want to be the gal, whatever, you got to be writing more. I don't write nearly enough. I'm giving you the advice and I need to take it. And that's, again, the theme of my podcast is I'm just essentially talking to myself here, reminding myself of what I need to do. But you need to be writing more. That I say that to everyone. It's my biggest piece of advice. I think journaling is great. I think everyone could write more, and I think it would do nothing but serve you well. So with that being said, this is a notebook that I have had. Let's see when I started this notebook. Back in May. And this notebook, check it out. I'm going to put the mic down. That notebook is over halfway done since May. That's the quickest I've ever filled up a notebook. And again, I know it's not filled, but I've been writing and I need to write more. And I can tell that my writing style is changing and I'm getting more comfortable in just getting ideas down and flowing through and being okay with just getting one good line out of something, or one good element, one good vibe, one something, you know. I'm trying to be a little bit less critical as well with my writing. I'm trying to find the good stuff in it instead of picking out the bad stuff. So my biggest piece of advice is do more of what you are nervous to do, scared to do. Do more of what you know you need to do. Get in, do the work. And again, that's for me. It's for me as much as it is for you. So get in there and do it. One of the coolest books that I was recommended by my mentor is this Big Magic book. So go out, get this book if you are looking to create anything, really. This book helped me to relate to another artist and find the things that like I was scared on or nervous about or was feeling tentative about or whatever, right? All of my like fears and insecurities were written down in that book. So I was like, yo, it's really nice to relate and know that I'm not the only one out here struggling, swimming in the deep end, fighting for my life. So Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert is the jam. Definitely get that book and definitely write more. So you're writing more, you're reading more. Those two things are going to be helping you. And then let's talk a little bit about just some advice, just some music production that I got into. This is me and Joe.
Sometimes it's cool to purposely make things sound grainy if that's the effect you're going for. So if it's on rhythmic and you're like, you know what, this sounds a little too pristine, I actually want to fuck it up a little bit. Put it on polyphonic or something to get that grainy texture.
Okay, sweet. Thanks for putting that up.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't like it down or up there, you know, like at least in that scenario.
Yeah, because
like,
it was especially on the rolls, it was getting like all kind of fuzzy and weird. So
yeah. All right, so let me tell you what we were talking about there. We were working on hi-hats, we were working on drums, and Joe's a great teacher because he always slows me down and he always asks me like, what did you notice here after we made that change, or what did you like or what didn't you like? Or, you know, he's always looking for me to give feedback on what we're doing, and it really helps me learn. And I think he knows that, and he's a really good teacher. So what we were talking about there is we were talking about making sure that I wanted an effect on those hi-hats, that I was either looking for a more precise on the beat kind of hat sound, and I was going to go in there and change some settings in the DAW, and I was going to make it more on the beat, more rhythmic, because without it, as you could hear from Joe, it had like this grainy, this odd texture, and it wasn't necessarily on the beat with the trills, with the rolls of the hat. So it was causing some issues. Now, what you can take away from that, if you're not making any music, is it's really good to slow yourself down and ask yourself, do I like what this new texture is bringing me, what this new idea, what this new process, what this new whatever is bringing me? Or do I just need to go back and reevaluate, try something different? Because it's totally fair to put in some work and then not like the outcome and say, you know what, let me try something different. And I know that might sound crazy. I know that might sound off the wall, but all of it ties together. When I'm writing and I don't like something, that's okay. Let me write to the next line. Let me get to the next line. And if I don't like that line, all I can do is write to the next line. Same with my production. When I'm producing something, if something doesn't sound quite right, great. Continue tweaking it until it does, or take a step back and take a different route. All of that is okay in creating, in finding what you're looking for, in whatever it is. Doesn't need to be music. I was getting so hung up on, I don't like the way I sound or the way this sounds, so I'm bad at this, and I would get discouraged. And that was my initial thought process with like the smallest details, like hi-hats, or with my voice, or with my lyrics. And I'm really working on being better about helping myself instead of being my biggest critic and being my biggest enemy. If you can slow yourself down and you can find something to be positive about, or find a new direction, those are all steps in the right direction, even though it might not feel like it. It doesn't feel like it for me right now. I constantly battle with the fact that I don't sound like my idols, that I still can't figure that out. To me, it doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense that I've been doing this for, I don't know, coming up on 3 years now, and I still don't have a professional track. And yeah, you know, that is on me. That's on me for sure. But at the same time, I'm doing the work. I'm there showing up. So when you're showing up for yourself, give yourself some credit. I want to give you all the credit. I'm proud of you. And I know that there's tons of people that are proud of you as well. But you got to be proud of yourself, and you got to be honest with yourself. There's times when I'm slacking, when I'm missing podcasts week after week, when I'm dropping the ball on practicing piano or whatever, right? And I'm honest with myself. Get back on track, do your thing. But also be a friend to yourself. I have one of my brother, one of my best friends of all time. His name is Dan Perez. And Dan gave me incredible advice one day. Dan told me, if we talk to our friends the way we talk to ourselves, we wouldn't have any friends. So start talking to yourself like you talk to your friends. You know, you talk to your friends in a loving, great way. So do more of that for yourself. Let's check out another video with Joe. This one, another great video.
I'm looking for each individual sound or group of sounds. I'm like, how can I give you room to expand and contract throughout the song? So the hi-hats, like even something like, okay, if there's no hi-hat rolls in here, when they do come in the hook, it just feels like there's this added level of excitement or energy from the hi-hats, right?
Yeah.
So that's something to play around with, but try it. And if it doesn't sound good, if it loses something that you like, then don't just do it, because, you know, you can go back to the way we have it right now.
There we go. Joe solidifying my point. Don't just do something because, do it because it sounds good or because it improves the project. Always keep, in this case, keep an ear out for what you like and what you don't like. But really what he was breaking down for me there was section by section, things, and I mean instruments, sounds, they come out and they come back in. For example, half of the verse might not have hats. The second half of the verse might have hats. And he was saying, in the big picture, you want to be able to identify how to fit all of these things together, how to pull things back, how to reintroduce them in a way that makes sense, in a way that, you know, sounds good to you. And again, if it doesn't work, there's no reason to force it. And that's been big in my life too, is not forcing things. So that is really my update. We're working, we're in the studio, we're singing, we're producing, we're playing instruments, music theory, the whole nine. and it's going to come together. I saw something on social media which made me feel good. And it said, don't doubt that the win is coming, and don't stress about when it will happen. So that's something I've been carrying with me too. I don't doubt that I've got a win coming up, and I'm not really stressed about the time. I was stressing myself out, and I wanted it now. I wanted it right here. But that's never served me in any capacity in my life, stressing myself out, pressuring myself. So yeah. So all of that to say, I hope that you're not stressing yourself out. I hope that you're giving yourself the kindness and love that you oh so deserve, baby. What else do I got for y'all? I really think that's it. I just wanted to catch y'all up on some quick music stuff. Nothing too crazy. Share some insight from my tutors. I know it's kind of random, but it means a lot to me. And if you made it this far, that means a lot to me too. So with all that being said, that's a wrap. I'm gonna call it. See ya.